Kane is red, Gangle is red with a little bit of blue, Ragatha is blue with a little bit of red, Pomni is half blue, half red, and Kinger is purple? At first, blue and red feel like opposites in the amazing digital circus. Escape versus staying, freedom versus control. But the more you look at it, the more that line just disappears. Because yeah, those colors are different, but they're also kind of the same thing. And to understand that, we need to break them down. Universally, red is associated with feelings that increase our heart rate, so passion, obsession, rage, love, control, and much more, which fits Kane perfectly. He is obsessed with his work, deeply passionate about it, but also very controlling. He loves humans, but he also hates them and hurts them. And when things go wrong, like in episode 8, his anger issues show. And it's not just him. Red is everywhere in the circus. The tent is red and yellow, and there's a significance for yellow too, but I'll leave that for another video. The hallways are red. The therapy scene is literally just red, which honestly is wild because red creates anxiety, and that's the last color you'd want in a vulnerable moment. But that's the point. It reflects Kane's constant control. Even emotional spaces aren't safe from him. Red also shows up in more violent ways. The truck that hits Gangle is red, Kaufman's room filled with red markings, abstractions being drawn to red. It creates tension, and it also mirrors the psychological damage happening under the surface. Everything revolves around Kane, and red is proof of that. But here's where it gets interesting, because red isn't just negative. At Kaufman's funeral, the backdrop is red, and yes, it represents his obsession with escape and the fact that he'll never achieve it now that he's abstracted. But the scene isn't scary, it's actually emotional. They mourn him, they remember him, and in doing that, Pomni realizes that even if she's stuck there forever, she won't ever be alone, and that changes the meaning of the color. When Pomni imagines being caught, it's her red hand that's reaching out, and when she looks in the mirror again later, she touches her face with the red glove. She's not trying to escape anymore, she's accepting it. Even in the couch scene, Pomni, Ragatha, and Kinger sit on the red couch while talking about continuing to live, and Jax sits on the purple couch, which literally signifies that he's stuck between living and staying. This is where Gangle starts talking about being there for each other, basically forgiving Jax for everything he's done to her. And what's the primary color in her design? It's red. In all these scenes, red becomes acceptance and connection, staying at the cost of freedom. Blue is the opposite of red, kind of. At the surface, it represents freedom, escape, emotional openness. In the pilot, Pomni touches her face with her blue glove. She wants out immediately. When characters bond, like Pomni and Gamigu here, Ragatha and Kinger, Zupal and Gangle, the backgrounds are blue. It's calm and safe and honest. Even in the beach episode, everyone wears blue, showing the freedom that they feel after opening up to one another. For a second there, they're happy, they're together. Well, except Jax. If anything, he'd be in red, separated and disconnected from them. Blue is also what could maybe help Kane as well. The moon literally loves him and she's blue. She offers connection, but he shuts her out all the time. And the other AI is also blue. Who knows what that could entail? But with all this positive symbolism, blue, just like red, has a twist. Blue is also selfish. The characters want to escape, but what about Kane? Blue is their freedom, but it's also his abandonment. The CNA logo is blue after all. And while the escape button is blue, the exit door is actually red. Because blue is like an illusion. There is no escape. And it's actually the thing that probably made Kaufman go insane. Blue is the hope, the dream, the what if there's an exit, but I think we all know by now that there isn't one, and chasing this unattainable goal is what will eventually drive the characters insane. On the surface, red represents control and being stuck, but go deeper and it actually signifies home and acceptance. Blue on the surface means escape, connection, shared goals, but in reality, it's an illusion that if chased, will drive the cast insane. And these colors aren't just opposites, they're intertwined. Red and blue constantly show up together. Pomni and Jax here, the console room pillars, Kane's office, even side characters like Gamigu's crew. Wanting to escape, aka blue, can be selfish. You're leaving everyone behind. And wanting to stay, red, can also be selfish, like Kane forcing everybody to remain. Both can represent connection, both can represent isolation, both can represent home. Blue is around when characters bond, but them being stuck together, aka red, actually helps them bond even more and brings forth forgiveness and a new beginning for all of them, even for Jax. And every character sits somewhere between red and blue. Pomni is the perfect split between red and blue. She is the driving force behind the escape plan, but she's also the first one to completely accept staying in the circus and helps everyone adapt. Gangle leans red, but her blue tears actually show that she feels deeply. She finds comfort in connection, especially in her bond with Zubul, not in escaping. Ragatha leans blue. She wants to stay and make friends, but escaping wouldn't be terrible either, except that outside, her trauma is waiting. Kinger is purple, a balance of acceptance and grief. He lost everything, but he found meaning in his memories and his new bond with Ragatha. Zubul barely shows either colors until episode 8, where their blue parts actually stand out more. They have 7 blue parts here. This is because they're struggling being stuck and they would actually want to leave. And Jax, pink and purple, because he's childish, running from his past, refusing both reality and escape. Red and blue are not enemies. They're two sides of the same coin. Both can mean connection, both can mean selfishness, both can mean freedom in their own unique way. Because in the circus, escaping might actually mean losing everyone or losing your mind trying to find a way out, while staying might be the only way to actually find something real. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching and I hope you have a nice rest of the day. Please consider subscribing and bye!